This is Jeetan. Um, this is the workshop link for agentforce, and this time we are focusing on mulesoft for agentforce. What you need is the AnyPoint platform trial account and Salesforce developer edition for agentforce. Then you can go through these four exercises, and some of these steps I have put that in screenshot in these posts. MuleSoft for Agentforce Part 1 and MuleSoft for Agentforce Part 2. And let's see if I can quickly walk through some of the understanding that I have. Basically, what you will first do is connect the MuleSoft AnyPoint org to your Salesforce org. So you have to go into setup here and catalog. If I just look at the steps here, what you need to do is on the any point platform setup. Any point platform setup. And when you view connection info, basically I have connected this Salesforce org to AnyPoint platform org. So I have that connection, but once you follow these steps, which means you have to copy your Salesforce org key and put that in the AnyPoint platform. And in AnyPoint platform, you pretty much work on this access management to do these things. And once you finish that, then the second part starts is building the AnyPoint API. Now they have given the OpenAI specs, and this is kind of a MuleSoft developer thing. You have to create the API specification in the design center and just copy this and what you can also do is you can validate the rule set because it has SFDC agent and topic nodes as well, and then you have to publish that to Exchange. Now, while you publish that to Exchange, you have to add these tags SF API catalog and SF API topics so that when we start the sync on the Salesforce side, then these API should get listed here in the Salesforce API catalog, which is here. So we have published that to Exchange, and then you have to deploy that to the runtime manager. You have to build that API and deploy that to runtime manager. For that, you can use this repository. Open that in the studio, test it a bit with this with after you deploy, and this should look something like this, and then as a developer task you also want to make sure that in the API manager this runtime deployment is governed with an API proxy, and the endpoint of consumer endpoint is your implementation URL, and on the proxy side you have API slash API, which is mulesoft implementation endpoint, as you may see in the runtime manager. And what you can do is you can, if I go ahead and test that here, yeah, so I'm hitting the Cloud Hub deployment for the reservation endpoint. So then this second step is also kind of build and deploy, and that is most of these screenshots are covered here in your part 1. You see, you can follow along and try these steps, and hopefully it should be all good. Then you start to do the sync into the Salesforce API catalog by following exercise 3, and let's see how that looks here. So this is your API catalog, and once you start the sync here, the Coral Cloud reservation API should appear in the list here. Sometimes the sync has the sync doesn't happen as an automated action, and there are steps I have listed in this part 2, where you have to kind of you have to open sometimes automatic synchronous sync processes is in waiting state. So what you can do, you can go to background processes, and I have listed that here. You can use this link as well to understand a bit more. Somewhere here it says that activate, so actions, create and bring mulesoft API and stop and restart sync. This is background operations. You can follow this link to start the sync again if you don't see the API listed in the API catalog. But if that all goes fine, then you got to do the activate actions, and once this is all activated, normally the topics and actions should get created for the endpoints, but when I was trying to enable it, it didn't happen automatically. So what I did was I went into the assets, agentforce assets, and I created these reservation create and reservation retrieve custom actions, which is basically using API callouts, the agent action API name. And once you have that, then you go into agentforce and you open in builder. You can create this. You have to deactivate and then create a hotel reservation management topic, And while creating that, you can use description from this description from the specs, and then add those actions: reservation retrieve and reservation create. And once you do that, then activate your agent, and let's see, in step 4 you would have to, in exercise 4 you have to test your agent. So then you have to try this prompt here. One second. Then what should happen is it should pick up the hotel reservation management topic and call the retrieve action, which will call the mulesoft API. And let's try that. Yes, it picked up this hotel reservation management topic. It called there are two actions listed here: create and retrieve, and it launched the retrieve action and got the reservation details. Now if you want to create the reservation, so we are going to say create a reservation for Jane Doe, and it's going to it's asking for the details: check-in date, checkout date, which probably, let's just see, we can copy that from here. Customer ID, I can say to issued March 20, so we can say July 28th, and checkout on July 30th. Upgrade applied, yes, and then let's just do that. And now it should call it's again two actions are listed here, but this time reservation create action is launched. So some of these most of these steps are listed in part 2 as well. I have put the screenshots here and the tests as well. And there's a and this is the baseline for these two blocks: the developer workshop MuleSoft for Agentforce. So following along this exercise, this blogs, and some helpful Salesforce links, you can try this hands-on exercise. It will be quite useful in the projects. Again, if there are questions, you can type that in this video comments, and or reach out to me, and I'll see if I am able to resolve that or help in any way. But just go ahead and try it. Again, thanks for watching and listening.